We're back on Tee to Green and time to talk some golf and about growing the game. And one of the missions of the Western New York PGA is to grow the game of golf. And here to explain more is the executive director of the Western New York PGA, Steve Bartkowski, along with the vice president, Dan Antonucci, and Western New York PGA pro, and a guy I hang out with the radio on Saturdays on Tee to Green, Jeff Meadis. Here, great stuff. Guys, thanks so much for all you do in Western New York for golf, and thanks for being here on Tee to Green. We have more to come. Jeff mentioned equipment. We're going to check out where you can get some new equipment. That's at Woods to Wedges inside the Whirly Golf Dome. That's up next here on Tee to Green. We're back on Tee to Green at the Golf Dome in Williamsville, specifically Woods to Wedges inside the Whirly Golf Dome. And this place looks amazing, and we're going to tell you how they can fit you and your game. And here joining me for that is the club fitting manager, Kevin Hofstetter. Kevin, glad to be back here. And wow, you guys were busy in the off season.
Yeah, we were able to expand our...
All right, and it'll make your game better, at least how you strike the golf ball and the numbers. We're going to take you inside the fitting studio to just show you how TrackMan works here at Woods to Wedges. We are inside one of the TrackMan fitting studios here at Woods to Wedges, and I'm joined by David Petronic, the Director of Instruction here at Woods to Wedges. And David, let's first talk about what TrackMan showed us initially and then after the club head change for me.
All made in America. Again, it's a great product.
All right, you want to have a putting green in your home or maybe a bunker to practice out if you end up there a lot? See our friends at Custom Turf. Time to focus on innovation in golf now, and it's happening right here in Buffalo. And no surprise, it's Encore Golf at it again, the forefront of innovation. And joining me now, Brett Blakely and Steve Colton, the founders of Encore Golf. Gentlemen, great to have you here again this year.
Great to be here as always. Would you expect anything less? It's always Encore.
Well, no, I wouldn't expect anything less. No, we have the Elixir in the Avant. Be sure to ask your pro to get Encore Golf in, especially here in Buffalo. The Avant, great price point there, right? Less than $30.
Yeah, $20 a dozen.
$20 a dozen there. The Elixir,
$35 a dozen. But we have volume pricing on our new website, meaning the more you buy, the less you pay. This thing it's really taken off.
All right, Brett, Steve, great stuff as always from Encore Golf. Well, that's going to do it for Tee to Green here in 2018. We're glad to bring you all there is in golf here in Western New York. We're glad to get you out on the golf course. And if you need a fourth, you guys need a fourth, call me. We're back on the LECOM Health Challenge Pro Golf Preview Show, and at the fourth hole, the par 5 at Peak and Peak Resort. A great hole to come watch the pros in the Web.com Tour, see how they compete on this very hole, whether or not they try to carry the ravine down there, or if they lay up off the tee like you and I would. One of the great things about the Web.com Tour, it's the pathway to the PGA Tour. Now, during the regular season, the top 25 on the money list get their PGA Tour cards. That's something all are thinking about as they head into this year's event. We've seen some great scoring the first 2 years of the LECOM Health Challenge, but that does not mean this golf course is not a tough test. It can be a stiff test of golf with winds and rough from a great growing season. When we come back, we're going to visit the LECOM campus and talk with the folks there about their commitment to the community and why they enjoy bringing pro golf to the Western New York region. Welcome back to the LECOM Health Challenge Pro Golf Preview Special. One of the great benefits of this tournament is all the charities it benefits in Western New York through money raised through the future stars of the PGA Tour and the future stars of medicine. That's one of the ways LECOM shows its commitment to community and their students. Welcome back to the LECOM Health Challenge Pro Golf Preview Show. Time to talk about impact and opportunity. And joining me in studio, a great panel here to talk about all of those things. The Chautauqua County Executive, George Borrello, is here. The CEO of Critic in Chautauqua County, Mark Geis, and one of the founders of Encore Golf, Brett Blakely, is here. Gentlemen, thanks for being here. Looking forward to a great event coming up here. Mark, let's talk about economic impact. Well, we hope you enjoyed the LECOM Health Challenge Pro Golf Preview Show, and more importantly, we hope you get out to enjoy the Web.com Tour at beautiful Peak and Peak Resort in Chautauqua County in just a few short weeks. If it's anything like last year's tournament, it's going to be something special. We hope to see you there. Mexico City. Round 3 of the Mexico Championship, part of the World Golf Championships. Kevin Sylvester along with Fred Albers at Club de Golf Chapultepec. Fred, we've had great weather through the first 2 rounds. I think today we have our best weather.
It's absolutely beautiful out here. Not a cloud in the sky. We're expecting a high somewhere around 75 degrees, very little wind, just ideal scoring conditions.
Well, it was great scoring conditions for an unlikely leader after 2 rounds. I know you had Sharma in your pool.
Shabankar Sharma has caught everyone a little bit by surprise, but he did win twice over in Europe just a few months ago. Has done a very good job at maximizing his scoring potential. Had 2 bogeys in the second round. Both those came from 3 putts.
All right, he is in the final group along with Rafa Cabrera-Bello and Xander Schauffele, the defending PGA Tour Rookie of the Year from 2017. And Sergio Garcia is 9 under par, and Dustin Johnson's lurking at 7 under par. Fred, what do we expect today?
Well, I think some challenging hole locations as far as the water is concerned. You take a look at the par 5-6, that hole location is up close to the water. The same with the par 3 17th. If you want to challenge birdies at both those holes, you got to take on the water.
I also figure most players have figured out the altitude change, haven't they?
Well, Bubba Watson has a little cheat chart that he carries with him that has the altitude dialed in on every hole and for every club. Yes.
Should be an exciting moving day. 3rd round action. Join us for our live exclusive play-by-play coverage on PGA Tour Radio, of course, on Sirius XM. And, of course, you can listen for free at PGAtour.com and all PGA Tour digital platforms. Begins at 1 p.m. Eastern until the conclusion of play. Phil, I just over here talking about putting the ball in the right position here on this golf course. Did that help your putting numbers over the last 2 days? You went from 30 in round 1, 26, now 24 today.
Certainly, there are spots where you would rather be in the rough than in the fairway. That seems to be my MO, but there's a lot of holes where half the fairway blocks you out and you need to be on the other side. Coming into the par 5 15, you've got to be in that left side, left rough. Number 6, same thing. There's 4 or 5 of those holes, and so I kind of put it in the right spot. When I didn't in the first round on number 14, I missed it left, and you can't miss it left, I make double. So if you see me in that fairway, I mishit that drive. I'm trying to get in the right rough, so I have an angle right up the green, and then you can play aggressive from there. But this golf course with the overhanging trees and the overall tightness of the course, you've got to just put it in the right spots. There are times you want to take it out of play with driver 3-wood. There are times you've got to back off with 4 or 5 iron. I feel like I'm making better decisions this year than I did last year, and it's making for more stress-free golf.
When we talked at your final round at Riviera, you said you're playing great golf again and you're close to winning, and you just get 1 before that first week in April. How close do you think you are this week, and what will it take?
Well, it very well could happen tomorrow if I play another round like this. It will, but whether it happens tomorrow, it will happen soon. I'm playing too well not to, and then when it does, I think that's when it just starts to take off, because it will relieve some of the pressure, and I'll free up, and I'll play even better.
It's fun to watch, Phil. Thanks for your time. Best of luck tomorrow. I followed you the first 2 rounds. You look like a very frustrated golfer, although the light came on a little bit in the back 9 yesterday. It looks like that light really came on today, didn't it?
Yeah, it just was a very ho-hum, boring, not very fun to watch golf the first couple of days, and it just couldn't really get anything going. So I'm just trying to conserve my energy as much as possible and try to take advantage of opportunities when I had them, but I just didn't have very much the first 2 days, and then today it just kind of all caught up.
I can tell the members are very excited to see somebody set the course record today, but more importantly, you put yourself in contention here.
Yeah, I mean, those guys have a lot of holes left. I'm not expecting to have a great chance by any means, but if I do, it's definitely a huge bonus. But I'm just happy that I at least put myself in position to have a solid finish and get some more FedEx Cup points and stuff like that.
Is there any one thing that changed for you today to shoot a 62?
I just played better. I mean, I played so bad the first 2 days and didn't make any putts, and that's a pretty bad combination for golf. I never felt as bad over the ball as I did on Thursday, which is weird. You know, iron play is usually a strength of mine, and I kept hitting it so far off the heel in the bottom that my distance control was terrible, it was offline, and that's pretty frustrating. So I did some work yesterday before I played, and I just kind of had a pretty quick warm-up session today, just try to kind of get through it and hit a little bit better.
Well, it's fun to watch. Congratulations on last week's victory, and best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Buenos dias. Welcome to Mexico City, Club de Golf Chapultepec. Kevin Sylvester, Fred Albers, final round of the World Golf Championships Mexico Championship. Fred, will start with the weather, but not much to say there. It's just been fantastic.
It's just been marvelous the entire week. 4 days of really perfect weather, very little wind, less than 5 miles per hour. Temperature going to hover between 75 and 80 degrees low humidity. The fairways and the greens, while they have firmed up a little bit, they are both still receptive.
All week long, the course has played a little bit shorter because of altitude. However, hole locations have been a nice defensive par.
And I really like the way we're closing the tournament today. Both 17 and 18, the holes are cut 4 from the edge. Left on 17, right on the 18th. You really have to dial in your number if you need a birdie.
All right, let's talk about our leader, the unlikely leader going into the week, 21-year-old from India, Shabankar Sharma.
Wow, he's done everything you could expect of him. In fact, more than what you would expect of him. I think it's a really good comparison today. He is playing his 4th round on the PGA Tour with Phil Mickelson, who's trying to win his 43rd event on the PGA Tour. And oh yeah, Tyrrell Hatton will also be along for the ride.
And 2 other Spaniards 2 shots back. Sergio Garcia, major champion, and Rafa Cabrera Bello.
Yeah, it should be just a really fun day. A lot of Spanish being spoken out there, and those 2 Spaniards will be fan favorites.
And should be a great finish. Join us for our exclusive play-by-play coverage. It begins at 1 p.m. Eastern and goes until we crown a champion here in Mexico on PGA Tour Radio and Sirius XM. And of course, you can always listen for free on all PGA Tour digital platforms.